start the ads. Get those out of the way for the next hour. Captain! Hey, whoa! You're here! The Morrowind. Yes. How are you doing, Captain? Right, I was on the Skyrim mission when I left. You're just chilling, cleaning the apartment? Nice, nice.
What say you?
What say I? Think I was looking around and all of your stuff is owned. And have I read these books?
What say you?
What say I? I don't know. I don't know if I've read these books or if I have them. I have a Wolf Queen book. I have one. Somewhere. Somewhere? I may not have it anymore. They might have taken it after I got arrested last time. But I had read it.
What say you?
What say I?
You like to dance close to the fun. You're on your honor. Don't look.
Okay, I won't press my luck.
What say you?
Alright. I think what I was gonna do today... Ooh. So I'm in Ebonheart. And I was gonna look at my Ebonheart journal. That's not what I wanted there, though. I wanted Ebonheart here. Here we go. And see what there was that I needed to do, or that I could do in Ebonheart, since the imps dropped me off here, even though that's not where I had wanted to be. Appels Matthias. He might know more about who hired the Dark Brotherhood to assassinate me, and I also should deliver a letter to Brabant Arian for my friend Ajira. So there's that. Those are the two things I should do in Ebonheart today. I am doing very well, Captain. Thank you for asking.
Let's hear it all.
Well, I should say I'm doing fine, like emotionally and in myself and all that, but man, my wrist and my elbow are kind of sore today, so I think I am going to do a short stream. It's from all the video editing yesterday. I think I'm going to do a short stream today and probably take tomorrow off just to give my arm a little rest. But other than that, I'm great. Yeah, I don't think I need to be up here. I'm looking for actually specific people, so maybe I should look at the map. See if I can find their houses on the map. 6 Fishes, Hawkmoth Towers, East Empire Company Hall. I don't think I found where they have the houses yet. If I'm in Ebonheart. But I'm looking for, what were their names again? Brabant Arian and Appels Matthias. And Appels Matthias, he might know more about who hired the Dark Brotherhood. So maybe he's like a guard person guy, right? What's Hawkmoth Towers? Let's see. Oh. Oh. I don't like it. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna ask about people. You. Pilus Amatius. Do you know Appels? Oh, Appels Matthias, not Amatius. You have a very close name. Your name is very close. Very similar. I'm looking for someone in particular, yeah. Duke Vedemdren, Duke of Ebonheart, is head of the Grand Council and Uriel VII's representative on Vardenfell. The Grand Council representatives are Lerar Mondus, House Redoran, Gallus Drenham, House Telvanni, Relin Halalu, House Halalu, Levis Othravel, Tribunal Temple, Rucia Conesian, Imperial Commission. Rufinus Elias is the Imperial Magistrate. Continue. Cavordius Albutian is the head of the Imperial Guard, Duke Dren's Palace Guard. Frald the White, Knight Bachelor of the Imperial Legion, is the head of the Hawkmoth Legion Garrison. Lalatia Varian is the head priest of the castle's Imperial Cult Shrine. The wealthy Canctunian Ponius, wow, that is a name, Canctunian Ponius, is the chief factor and banker of the East Empire Company. Okay, I don't think you gave me any of the names I needed, dude. Apelles Medius and Brabane Arian. No, you did not. You don't know the people I need to know. Maybe they know them in here, inside the six fishes. You don't like that guy's face. I think we should kill him.
Ask or get.
Well, maybe I won't make suggestions to you. What was your name? I forgot to check. You're Agning. Agning, do you know Canctunian Ponius for some reason? He's in the East Empire Company offices, the large building down by the docks. Great. What about the other people that I need? Whose names I can't remember unless I'm looking directly at them. Apelles Matius and Brabane Arian. See, they'll be at the top of any list. Do you know any rumors? Have you heard of the Chrysamere? It's a sort of legend and held by the Legion in Ebonheart. Ah, I have not heard about that, but that sounds cool. Can you tell me more about it? No, you can't. All right. Do you know about the Lord's Mail? Some words should be shared only by friends. Yeah, nobody likes me, I know. Tell me about Old Ebonheart. Old Ebonheart is the largest imperial city in Morrowind, located just across the inner sea southeast of here. Until Castle Ebonheart was built on Vardenfell, the city was known as just Ebonheart. Don't worry, you're not the first to confuse the two. I was curious about the history. Alright. I mean, Bashla probably did confuse the two. She gets confused.
What do you ask of me?
Chenille Lee, can I reach you? Do you have a question for me, Bashla Granker? How does everyone know my full name? No, she doesn't know where the people are. I need people who know where the people are, or who are the people.
I hope this won't take long.
It probably won't. Yeah, Jocelyn. I don't think it's gonna take long. What's down here? What's down here? Don't bonk your head!
Let's hear.
Did he just follow me because he didn't trust me?
What, stranger?
I need to know where people are. They're supposed to be in Ebonheart, and I'm in Ebonheart. Do you know where people are? You?
I hope this won't take.
She doesn't know where they are. They should be at the top of the list because all of the topics are organized alphabetically. Let's see. This takes me to the Skyrim mission and the Argonian mission. This is where I came from. Hawkmoth Towers. What are the Hawkmoth Towers? Everything is Hawkmoth Towers. So, like, looking up doesn't... That's Hawkmoth Towers. And everything seems to be connected. So maybe I should go in here. Maybe I should go down. Nope, can't continue going down. Is there not a door? Door? It looks like a door. Like on the map. Well, there was also the ability to go up, so I'm gonna go up now. Now that's a door. To Ebonheart. Okay. Okay. So I can, like, go this way. Can I keep going up? I can keep going up. I could have kept going up in the other one too, but let's just see. Let's just see. Now I'm up top. Alright, I'm up top. I'm exploring! Nader Tater! Every road leads to Hawkmoth Towers. It feels that way. I'm trying to find people. Welcome in, Nader Tater. Another damn peasant! Hello! It's your favorite orc. Again, she's lost. She's lost. Kinda, sorta. More that she's trying to find people. I need to find these people. If I fall, will I die? Probably shouldn't fall. There's stairs. I'll just go down them. Probably wouldn't die. I think I did that once. I tested that. Like, I tried to fall on that one guy. Oh! Thank you for the snack, Nader Tater! A yummy flower. Munch, munch, munch.
Let's get this over with.
Well, you didn't have to say that. I wasn't going to talk to you. Alright, not that way.
Time now.
Not that way. Oh, I was running. I was running. Oh my gosh. I hate that realization. I go to try to run. Oh, this is the way I've been this way. What's over here? Who are you?
Talk with you? Something tells me I might regret it.
Yeah, you don't know what I needed anyway. You don't know. Is this a door? This is to the tower. Stupid towers. Stupid towers. Hawkmoth Legion Garrison. That guy was naked in there. Did you see that? Oh, he put on pants. I think there's someone upstairs.
Hurry this up.
You don't know. The person I need. At least one of the people I need may be in here, I think.
My time is
maybe?
precious, so make...
Am I looking for services? No, not services. Just a person. Although maybe they do services. Why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell me about services? Or rumors? Lately, the Ordinators have been taking verbal shots at the Legion guards. The Legion brass has got a muzzle on the troops, but they don't like it one bit. Okay. Services. Agnine is the publican of the Six Fishes. He rents beds and sells food and sundries. The Imperial Cult Shrine services include a priest, healer, monk, enchanter, apothecary, trader, and savant. Maybe I should check out the shrine. Maybe one... There's a bunch of people there, it sounds like. The Imperial Legion services of the Hawkmoth Legion Garrison include a healer, smith, master-at-arms, scout, trader, chaplain, and battle mage. For other services, visit Vivek City, the Foreign Quarter, in particular, for Fighters Guild and Mages Guild services, and the Great House compounds for kin and retainers. Alright. Okay, this is more open. What's this? Ordo Legionis. I've read that. I did read a couple books that I may not have read, but I'm pretty sure I'll come across them again.
What assistance do you need?
I need to find... Oh crap, what are their names? Apelles Mattius and Rebane Arian. Do you know where they are? Yeah, he's just gonna give me the big guys. I don't need the big guys. I need to know where these little guys are. Oh, I have to hit continue. I don't have a choice. Ferald the White. Tell me about Ferald the White. Oh, he's the Knight Bachelor of the Imperial Legion. Never mind, don't tell me about him. Do you know a rumor? I hear there's a secret organization called the Twin Lamps. It helps runaway slaves escape. It's against the law to aid runaway slaves, but I think slavery is wrong, and I can understand why these abolitionists would be willing to break the law. It's nice that everyone who tells me about the abolitionists is, like, on the abolitionist side.
I really don't have time for this. Get quick.
I haven't seen anybody complaining about them. Oh, Fraud the White. If you played as a lizard, you would be getting hate from everyone, including merchants. Most merchants will give less coin if you sell them something, and they will make you pay more coin. Oh, I think I'm already getting hate from most people for being an orc. But maybe they like... Well, they would hate lizards even more, though, because they're used to lizards. They're used to Argonians and Khajiit being their slaves, right? Good day, citizen. I'm Fraud the White. Can I help you? I don't know, advancement? You have to sign up before I can give you a rank, orc. Oh, okay. You're in the Legion. Yeah, that would make sense. Do you have a rumor? I hear there's a secret organization called the Twin Lamps. Oh, he actually has abolitionists as a topic. Abolitionists are those dedicated to the abolition of slavery. And slavery is protected by law, though it is illegal everywhere else. Okay, goodbye. I'm getting hate because my reputation isn't high. My personality is also quite low. I took some of that musk, that bug musk, and then people were nicer to me.
Hurry this up,
Like,
will you?
just walking around,
See something or move on.
their dialogue was significantly nicer to me. Everywhere goes to Ebonheart. Alright. Oh, it's all outside. Okay, I'm fine. I can survive a one-story fall. It doesn't even hurt me. See,
Talk with you?
they wouldn't say
Something
stuff like
tells
that
me
to
I
me
might
when
regret
I'd been taking Telvanni Bug Musk. Wearing?
I hope
Wearing?
this won't take long.
And I'm definitely walking in circles. Like, 100% definitely walking in circles. How do I get out of here? And go to, like, where there's people? Oh, maybe I need to go this way. Okay. I just need to zoom out some. I can wayfind.
Come on, I haven't got all day.
Wait, am I going the right way? Yeah, kinda. I need to go this way. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. Yeah, to the big dragon statue. Oh, and there's more people around here. Are you someone I need to know?
Hello. I don't know if I can help you, but I'll
You
try.
can't. You can't. But thank you for being friendly. Most people
I
aren't.
suppose I could spare a moment or two.
What's your trade? I'm a warrior by trade. Oh, like me. I know how to fight when necessary, but I much rather look so tough that critters give up or run away when they see me. Personally, I favor long blades of all kinds. They use long blades of many different styles and craftsmanship here in Morrowind, and I wear medium armor for a decent balance of protection and mobility. But I train with various weapon types and armor types. And like any good warrior, I'm my own armorer. Don't want to fight with worn weapons and worn armor. Hey, Alone in Dystopia! Bring the dragon statue. Yeah! Alright, you don't know who I'm looking for. I wonder if they'd be in the warehouse. They might. I don't remember.
What is
Someone's getting disgraced. Olfin! I'm also an orc. Oh, he can't help me. Alright. Oh, the big dragon statue. Yes.
You have my attention.
It's so,
Let's hear it. What's
so big.
Yes?
I like the style, too. The style of dragon. Like with the elongated head. Like long and thin. Instead of being wide. I like that. Okay, anyway.
So, where are you from?
If I had a big white head, I would be like, oh, I like the white head.
Hello. I don't know if I can help you. I'll try.
Thorum Lowler. Thorum Lowler. You don't know the people I need. You don't have any rumors. How about you,
Interesting. A
Siltalore?
tourist.
A tourist. Yeah. Do you know a little secret? Want my advice, rookie? I've been around. I've risen to protector rank in this outfit by being smart and careful. And if I were you, I'd stay away from Daedric ruins until you have a little more experience and a heftier kit bag. Okay. Can you tell me about the Kemonotong? The Kemonotong are known for their brutal disregard for human life. But do they pay? Ah! Okay. I didn't come through there. Ah! I'm back to one of the towers.
Let's hear it.
What's up
Go
here?
ahead.
What's up here? This is East Empire Company Hall with Shazgob Graluzgan. What? Gra? Gra? Why are you named after your mother? Or maybe you're a lady orc, but I thought you sounded like a guy. Ah, I can't touch that. They move around too much. Tell me about your background. I'm curious. I'm Shazgob Graluzgan, trader. That doesn't help me much, does it? Goodbye. It was an odd dance. Oh, I was right in the middle of where he's trying to go back and forth, so he was going around me in circles. I see. I'll try not to do that to him. Bolrun, tell me about the East Empire Company. The East Empire Company is a trading company chartered by the Emperor. If you're looking to make it out east without putting your life on the line or just want to see the world and get paid for it, we provide a sure path to success. We're not currently recruiting anyone in Ebonheart, but if you want to join the East Empire Company, then report to our offices in Old Ebonheart, Firewatch, or Narcissus. That sounds like some mod stuff.
What's this about?
Oh, I want your paper.
You bother us. Do not waste our time.
I'm looking for someone. Oh, you've got a lot more stuff here. You can do enchantments? No. I'm looking to see what I can ask you, my guy. One sec. You know about Red Mountain? This guy knows a lot of stuff. Oh, would you maybe purchase the shine? A mixed up shipment. Oh, he's the guy who mixed it up. Benunius got a cleaning product instead of wine? Let me check here. Everything seems to be in order, but on that day, the Frost Ghost came in with several crates. See here, one marked Sheen, Balmora, Lucky Lockup, and one marked Shine, Telbranora, Theranade. That crate stayed on the Frost Ghost. You could try asking in Telbranora to see if the Sheen was sent there instead. It's a Telvanni town on the east coast. Some shipmasters can take you directly there. Okay. Shipment of Sheen. Updated. But you don't know about the people I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for actual specific people.
Ask if you
I will, Chazir. Ah, Chazir, but you don't know. What can you train me in that I actually need training in and will pay for? That's to Ebonheart. Where does the store go? Where does this store go? It is locked. Okay, I'll go out here. Where am I at now?
I'm listening.
Hello.
Yes, Orc? What do you want?
Ah, I'm here. Okay. If I look to my left, I'm gonna look this way. I suspect the people I want will be... No, not that way. Wait, that's the castle, yeah?
I'm listening.
That's the way I've been. So I'm gonna go to the left. I'm gonna see what's this way, I guess. Although it just looks like mushrooms. Gonna be honest, this doesn't look like more city. With like people that live in it. I don't think I'm gonna find them out here. Yeah, now I'm in the Ascadian Isles region. Okay, back into Ebonheart. This isn't the way. This isn't the way. Morrowind roads to nowhere. Well, it probably goes somewhere, I would hope. It's just not where I want to be. I'm looking for people inside Ebonheart, and I can't find them.
Yes.
Where have I not been? Maybe I just need to keep going this direction.
May your kills be quick.
But there is a dungeon with a great piece of armor that way. Ooh. See, more road. And it's gonna say Ebonheart that way. And that's just water. And that's all of Ebonheart. I guess I could go through. Is there more over here?
Go ahead, stranger.
I will find
Go
these
ahead.
people. I will find them. I have a letter to deliver from my friend Ajira. She's counting on me and she's my friend. It's gonna go this way. And I'm just gonna keep running this way.
Let's hear it.
Keep running this way. This takes me to like the Skyrim mission, so I'm gonna go this way. And I can't go that way. Oh, there's a thingy here. Okay, Hawkmoth Towers. Friend, yes, my friend. Wait, you're not someone I need, but do you know Apelles Medius? I think I saw him walking the battlements. You might check up there. Okay, good. This is news. This is good. One sec, I'm gonna drink some coffee. Oh, sorry, I didn't mute. I thought I muted. You just got to hear me gulp down my coffee. Alright. Battlements are up. These aren't really the ones you walk, are they? Is that him? Now I have to go looking through all the towers, I guess. And the battlements.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Big ol' gulp of
You look like
coffee.
gulping.
Yeah, that's usually what I'm doing is gulping it down.
Come on, I haven't got.
Unless it's very hot, then I sip and it's very slurpy. Oh, this is gonna be another tower. I don't need a tower. I need to get to those guys. I should go outside and start out here.
I only have a few more.
Do I have a favorite mug? No, I switched between them. Also, I forgot to say,
Yes.
welcome in Kitty
I
Fly
only have a few
and
more.
Pyrus the Burned. Ah. Oh, hey, you're who I want. Before he walks away. Hello? I don't really have a favorite mug. There's a bunch of mugs. I go for bigger ones. There is one that I like, that I bought for my dad for Christmas, but the mugs all get shoved in one place together. And it's got, like a narrower sort of neck and mouth, and the body kind of bulges out. So I can carry my coffee in it and it doesn't spill very easily. But also it was made locally using using clay made from the local soil. And I bought it out by where our local mammoth is being dug up. You know, so it was sort of support for the mammoth dig. Anyway, that's probably if you wanted me to talk about a mug, there's a mug I could talk a little bit about. But otherwise, I don't really have a favorite mug right now. I would say none of them are really mine. So, maybe when I have a mug, a place of my own, with my own mugs. Okay. Oh, right, I've got to report to him about the Dark Brotherhood. This is DLC content. Is it DLC or mod content? It's fine if it's mod content. I don't care. Ah, the internationally recognized cupboard that's overflowing with mugs. We all have one. Yes. Right now, I have a mug that has a sort of kind of hexagonal type pattern on it. It's like texture pattern, not color pattern. And it's blue. Dark Brotherhood is technically DLC, but it's fine to start it. And yay for natural materials, right? I like that mug because I thought it was really cool that it was made with, like local soil. I thought that was cool. Like from where the mammoth is. Alright, anyway, Apels Medius says, what's this about a Dark Brotherhood? You say you've been attacked by them? The fact that you're standing here seems to suggest otherwise. Well, maybe I'm awesome. You haven't taken that into account. Yes, okay. Perhaps you have been attacked. That's bad business. I don't know who it is that wants you dead, and I don't want to know. Dark Brotherhood activity here on Vardenfell has been almost unheard of, but I know they have a large contingent back on the mainland. Yep. But I want to know. I need help. They don't care about me, do they? Alright, tell me about the mainland, I guess. And yes, in Mournhold itself, actually. If you're feeling particularly suicidal, you can check it out for yourself. Of course, it's not easy to get there these days, because of the Blight. Boats from Vardenfell are turned away immediately. There's one way to get there, though. Speak with Ascian Rain about transport to Mournhold. She might be able to help you out. Okay, who's Ascian Rain? She's a mage who arrived in Vardenfell the same time I did. Special appointment to Duke Dren himself. Nice woman and a powerful mage. You should be able to find her in the Grand Council chambers here in Ebonheart. The Dark Brotherhood are really a bunch of pansies. I wonder how they ever gained any kind of infamy. The sanctuaries seem like they get wiped out quite easily. Aw, go and make me feel bad. I tried to wipe them out, but they were invincible. They kept coming back to life. Oh, you got attacked by a Dark Brotherhood member? And how's that my problem? Right? I thought he's for like law. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. But he's wearing this armor and walking battlements. So shouldn't he be enforcing the law? The Imperial law? Like, don't kill? You can kill them in Oblivion, the Dark Brotherhood. Well, I tried, and they kept coming back to life because they were like quest reliant. So maybe you have to do quests with them first, and then you can kill them. But I didn't want to keep accepting quests to kill people, because Chisa was a good character who wasn't going to be accepting quests to kill people. She did one. She killed Rufio. Was that his name, or was it Rufio? Well, she killed that one guy to get into the Dark Brotherhood, because she thought killing the Dark Brotherhood is better than leaving them. Like, it's a trolley problem thing, right? One or many. And so she figured sacrifice the one to save the many. She'd save everyone the Dark Brotherhood would kill. But she wasn't going to go doing other things after that. Then she just tried to wipe them out, and they kept coming back to life. Well, first of all, she got kicked out twice. So she could kill some of them, but the others kept coming back to life. You're a good person. Why'd you murder someone to begin with? I didn't. He ran in front of my fireball. And that is the truth. I did not murder someone. He appeared after someone ran in front of my fireball, and then he accused me of being a murderer, and Chisa was very offended. Accidental fireball. That's what they all say. Alright, actually mute this time while I drink more coffee. There we go. I muted it correctly this time. Okay. Alright, so Ascian is a mage in Vardenfell. I can find her in the Grand Council chambers in Ebonheart. Where are the Grand Council chambers? I have not seen any doors with that on them. Grand Council Legion Garrison, 6 fishes. Skyrim mission, Argonian mission, warehouse, company hall, more warehousey stuff. The council chambers are inside the fort somewhere. They're inside Fort Ebonheart. So I'm in the fort, yeah? This is the fort? It looks like a fort. Like the like the fort interior. So the garrison? Hawkmoth Towers. And then these are just the missions. Down the stairs. Alright, so I guess the garrison?
Go ahead, stranger.
Wait, who did I need? Ascian Rain and the Grand Council Chambers. That's the way I came in. Stairs. Wasn't there stairs?
If I can help,
Hey, Jazz! It's all going well. How are you doing? Well, it's all going
What
well,
say you?
except I can't
Don't
find my
stand
way
about.
around anywhere.
Keep moving.
Speak, traveler.
Anytime now.
What assistance do you need?
I need to find someone. Maybe you know where she is. Oh, can you tell me about the abolitionists? What spells do you have? Absorb personality, willpower, strength, blood gift, fortify health, charisma, commanding touch, crushing burden, classic Morrowind activity of getting lost in every indoor space. Oh, is that not just me? I thought that was just me. I mean, I do it everywhere. Lightning bolt, first barrier. Yeah, there we go. Alteration. Shield, 10 points for 30 seconds on self. That might be a good one. That might be a good one. Fortify strength. Alteration is really the only school she has anything in. But it makes sense. Levitate! That's what I wanted. Anyway, alteration makes sense because it's got like shield and other useful things. Things that would be useful for someone who's gonna run around and get hit a lot. What's this? Weary. It casts burden. But I think it also has feather, right? It's got the opposite. Let's see. Were there any others I wanted? Burden touch? No. There is the shield, which might be good. Maybe. I'm gonna save it though. Well, no, you know what? Might as well. Where did it go? First barrier. There it is. Alright, I'll take the shield. Jump. 20 points for 10 seconds on self. Give yourself like an awesome jump? I'm buying all these alteration spells. Okay. It's not just me, the game has confusing interior spaces. Oh. That's good to know. Thank you, Another Damn Peasant and Nader Tater, for letting me know. Although I do tend to get lost in spaces. Alright, so now we have a choice. And that is, we can put a different spell there. Oh, you could jump super high and then cast Levitate so you don't fall to your death. Well, that sounds like a good idea. So, you know, I may give them like their own dedicated reward buttons, but for right now, what spell should be in the spell slot if y'all want to cast this, my spell that I have ready? It can stay Berserk, it could be Shield, it could be Levitate, or it could be Jump. You're good with navigating dungeons, but Daggerfall and Morrowind are confusing you no matter what. Alright, I'll leave it on Berserk for now. If somebody wants to switch it to Levitate or something, let me know.
Don't press your luck. You're on your honor.
I am looking for someone in particular, but I found one of them.
You're on your honor. Don't.
In fact, I should mark that off. What did he say, though? I've been told to speak with Ascian Rain. In Rain. Chambers. Alright. Levitate, if only for how much it disrupt whatever you're doing,
Speak
which would
quickly,
be funny.
Outlander, or go away.
Okay. Let's do it. Strong levitate. So now if you cast my spell, it will be a levitate spell.
Sorry, stranger. My time is short, so get on with it.
I think I have been through here already, yeah. I've been in here. And none of them
Hurry this up, will
were
you?
people that I need. Where's the Grand Council Chamber?
Say something or move on.
My patience.
Just
Although,
This better be important.
I'm looking for someone different now than I was. Grand Council Chamber? No? No? No?
You have something to say.
Maybe they'll know where this new person is then. Do you know where the Grand Council Chamber is? He doesn't. Okay.
you're on your honor.
I'm waiting.
Do you know where the Grand Council Chamber is? She doesn't. You're always happy to share some Morrowind lore? Yes, please. The dissident priests challenge certain traditional doctrines of the temple. They also criticize abuses of power by the ordinators and accuse the temple leaders of greed and corruption. Well, who are the dissident priests? I know there's been a lot of talk about it for a long time, but now the temple priests and ordinators are really going after heretics, especially dissident priests. And she stares at me after saying they're going after heretics. But I guess I'm not a heretic because I never was part of their religion.
Let's hear it.
I don't think this is the Grand Council Chambers. I think I went wrong somewhere. Do you know a rumor? You're a heathen. I am a heathen. I've heard there's a shrine to Sheogorath hidden in Vivek. Some claim to have spoken to the Daedra Prince, but they must be madmen. At least they are now. Well, they would be if they spoke to Sheogorath, wouldn't they? Alright, so that doesn't seem to be where the Grand Council Chambers are. It's not going to be in the Six Fishes. I don't know where else it's going to be. Because that's just the warehouse, and then these just lead to roads. Maybe if I go in that way and out that door, I can go that way?
Let's hear it.
What's up this way? Is this the way I needed to go? It's in the castle.
Yes?
Is this the castle? Because I've clearly not been this way yet. Okay. Just needed to go up those stairs, I guess. Hey, look! It's the Grand Council Chambers.
What?
Well, I'm looking for someone. I don't see her name on your list, so I'll ignore you for now. You're Livis
come on, leave me
Othraffle?
alone.
I've heard your name. It's got turrets. It's a castle. Them's the rules. That makes sense, I guess. Tell me some rumors, Livis. I ask myself, do I like you enough to tell you about this? Yes, you do. She only likes me 28. It's tough being an orc some days. It's not easy being
Go ahead,
green.
stranger.
These are all the important people whose names I've heard. That's right. No, I don't want to hear about the Imperial cult. Do you have a little secret? You want my advice, Rookie? I've been around. I've risen to invoker rank in the cult by being smart and careful, and if I were you, I'd stay away from the Daedric ruins until you have... I read that one. Don't go to the Daedric ruins.
You sure there's someone else you can bother?
Probably, but I'm gonna bother you. What do you think of the abolitionists? These outlanders won't be happy until slavery is outlawed. Well, yeah. It's our right to have slaves by law and custom, and it's none of their damn business. You have any rumors? If I liked you better, I might tell you. Okay.
What do you want?
Relin Halalu. Ah, right. You're like the House Halalu person. What was in here? I can go up. But I'm looking for... Who was I looking? Asian Rain. Did any of them have that name?
Go ahead.
No, not you.
Why
No,
do
not you.
Outlanders think you can bother anyone you please?
Because we can.
What's this about?
No, not you. Okay, okay. Asian Rain. Asian Rain. It wasn't either of you, was it? I don't think it was. But I'm checking.
I haven't much
Oh,
time
it
to
is
be
you.
quick about this.
Ascian Rain. You're Ascian Rain, right? I'm Ascian Rain. How may I help you, my friend? So, the Dark Brotherhood attacked me. Horrible people. Stay clear of them. Oh, yeah. Okay. She didn't care about the Dark Brotherhood attack, I guess. What did she care about? Transport to Mournhold. Oh, I don't want to go to Mournhold yet. But let's talk about the transport. At any rate. You wish to go to the mainland? That's highly irregular. I'm sure you've heard that they've restricted travel to Mournhold. They've been a bit worried about the Blight. What's your reason for wanting to go to the city? I fear I have been marked by the Dark Brotherhood and I wish to investigate. Oh my, I can see why you'd want to get that cleared up. That's dangerous business, though. I can't say I'd be happy to send you off on that sort of fool's errand. If you're sure, though, I suppose I can oblige you. If you need to return to Vardenfell, speak with Effie Tay in the Royal Palace. Take care, friend. Those people are not to be taken lightly. I'll send you there when we... Oh, that's not what I wanted. No! That wasn't what I wanted. Oops. I thought I was going to learn how to travel to Mournhold, not be immediately teleported there. Really, you don't say. Well, now I'm in Mournhold.
Well,
I'm gonna see when my last autosave was. Friendly autosave 3 in Ebonheart. That was like a half hour ago. I think I'm gonna go back. I don't need to reload. I can go back. How do I go back? Without reloading. I just talk to you. Just talk to
we
you.
are
Oh,
not
you're Effie Tay.
fangless, friend.
Okay, send me back. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, it doesn't charge me money or anything. That's good. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen, and you told me that you can send me whenever I want, just immediately, and I've learned that. He is a friend too. Oh, that's good to know. Good to know.
I suppose you're looking for a
Okay.
tavern.
Actually, I'm gonna change this. She did not tell me that I can go to Vardenfell whenever I want. She said she can't send me right now because the Blight's too bad.
I'm sure I can.
I'm having to impose these things on myself because I'm going to have to pretend that to get off of Vardenfell, I have to complete the main quest. Otherwise, I see absolutely no reason why Bashla would do that. So I'm going to pretend that I have to complete the main quest before I can leave Vardenfell. But Bashla hasn't quite figured that out yet.
This better be important.
Is his name Gary? The creature? The creeper. I think he's called the creeper in this game. Yeah, he's Gary, because he's like the scamp. One of the scamps. When I had the Ever Scamps in Oblivion. So I had the Ever Scamp, staff, and I had all 4 little guys following me around for the majority of the game. But every once in a while, there'd be just one scamp missing.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it
I'm
quick.
just saying who these people are. Oh, it's the Duke. I could talk to the Duke. I just walked right up to the Duke. So we decided that the scamp, whenever there was just one scamp missing, the missing scamp was Gary. So you couldn't tell them apart. But there was, you know, you could tell that that one was Gary because he wasn't there. So, Gary. Oh, you weren't asking me about Gary alone in Dystopia. I missed that. That was addressed to Kitty Fly. But that's the story behind Gary, anyway. And that's why the creeper is called Gary. So now we've discovered where he goes. He runs off to Vardenfell to sell things. 10 years ago. Alright, I am Vedum Dren, Duke of Vardenfell. Welcome to Ebonheart, Outlander. Well, that's nice of him. Do you have a secret for me, Duke? Oh, he just tells me a secret. Orvis Dren is my brother. I don't know what you've heard of him. I won't defend everything he's done, but don't become his enemy. Yes, he's my brother. Do you have some lore? We have grown too complacent about the threat of Dagoth-Ur and the Red Mountain. For ages we've relied on the Tribunal to contain the menace, but Dagoth-Ur's power is waxing as the Tribunal's power is waning. The Legion garrisons here are insufficient to protect our settlements, and there's no hope for reinforcements. Our people have always relied on a charismatic leader to rally squabbling factions against a common foe. Now would be a good time for such a leader to emerge. Alright. I am looking for still, Rebane Arian, who is Ajira's friend. So possibly a Khajiit? Have you seen any Khajiit around? I don't think I've seen any Khajiit around. Oh, this is where I was. I know where I've been and where I'm going. I'm gonna keep going up this time. Ah. Where does this go? That goes to Ebonheart. That goes to Ebonheart. Oh. I feel like I've been there. Alright, I'm gonna take this door out to Ebonheart and see where it takes me. Ah! Grand Council Chambers Tower. Is there anything at the top of this one, or is it also just a dead end? Oh, there's something at the top of this one. There's a chest with things inside that I don't need. There's a crate with a steel cuirass with an armor rating of 24, which is the same as mine. There's a crate with an Imperial broadsword. What type are these? What type are these? Spear. I could tell that was a spear. I don't know why I checked to make sure that it was a spear. I could see that that was a spear. I think this is literally where I just had been. So I'm just gonna head back down. Oh, who are you?
Go ahead, stranger.
You're Matus Mito. I see from your outfit that you have wealth and taste. Oh, really? You don't know anything about Brienne, though. I think that was her name, Brienne. That's who I'm looking for. She's supposed to be in Ebonheart. Well, she's not right out here. Guess that's not the door I wanted. Ah.
Any time now.
It doesn't go anywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. I gotta go out here. I gotta go through here. I gotta go back down. Maybe through
Go
here?
ahead, stranger.
Hi. Okay. I have several doors here. To Grand Council Chambers and to the Grand Council Wonderful. This is totally clear. And I know exactly where I'm going. And when I end up in that same courtyard, I will 100% know which doors I have already...
I'm sure I
can... Okay, so I'm back where I started. Alright. Back where I started. This goes to Ebonheart. This is literally the way I came in. Okay. So if I walk straight across and I go out this door, I'm back.
Go ahead, stranger.
I'm here. I'm in a new place. This goes to the Imperial Chapels.
Anytime you're
This
ready.
is a
Just don't keep
new
me
place. I've never been here. Hello, Kay. Advancement. What is he in? I have to join the Imperial cult. Oh, right. We're in a chapel. That makes sense. Can you tell me a secret? An associate was on an expedition to Azura's coast. He just walks the beaches and islands looking for opportunities. And the oddest thing, he came back with tons of cash. Said he'd bumped into a real big spender. Seemed sort of frazzled by the whole thing. He was pretty tight-lipped about the guy. Only said that he was a bit eccentric and seemed to have a serious alcohol problem. Interesting. Like, that seems like a rumor. Lalatia Varian. What spells do you have? Oh, I have to join the Imperial cult. Well, I'm not really interested in that, so goodbye. You.
Let's hear it.
Salius Coolian, you are dressed differently from everyone else. Like, I haven't seen anyone wearing your clothes before. Good day, citizen Bashla Gronker. Who are you? You're an enchanter novice of the Imperial cult. Okay. Maybe. Can you do enchanting for me? Ah, I see. So if I enchant something with levitate, like if I had a levitate ring or something. I don't have or a levitate skirt. A floating skirt. Oh, I don't have any soul gems? Ah. That was gonna be awesome. My skirt was gonna make me jump, and it wasn't gonna use up if I understand correctly. No, it does use your mana. Does it use your... I don't remember. Don't join Imperial Cult because they will ask you for money to join. Well, I'm not joining the Imperial Cult because they're Imperial.
Yes, friend.
Sarmosia Vant. Let's see. Who are you? You are a novice of the Imperial Cult. Cool. Do you have a secret? Remember, there's always a welcome for you in the Imperial Cult. That's not a secret. If you're having a hard time, come to the cult shrine. We'll find a use for you. Yeah.
What say you?
Frick. His name is what you say when you don't want to curse. Worn chest. What are these? What are these? The annotated Anuad. The annotated Anuad. Varieties of Faith. The Monomyth. For My Gods and Emperor. There are 2 new books. And it's stealing if I take them. And they'll see me if I steal. So you know what that means. Gotta read them now. There's always room for you if you pay us enough money, is what she actually said. Alright. The Monomyth. He has a brother named Fudge. Oh, he better. He better. It better be frickin' Fudge. Frickin' Fudge. And their mother Heck. I would love it. Alright. The Monomyth. In Mundus, conflict and disparity are what bring change, and change is the most sacred of the elven forces. Change is the force without focus or origin. Ognithir, Teherite, Order of PSJJJJ. He has a brother named Fred and father named Crap. I like this. We're getting the whole family. Getting the whole family done. Simply put, the schism in the human Aldmeri worldview is the mortal's relationship to the divine. Humans take the humble path that they were created by the immortal Humans take the humble path that they were created by the immortal forces, while the Aldmer claim descent from them. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a distinction that colors the rest of their diverging mythologies. All Tamrielic religions begin the same. Man or mare, things begin with the dualism of Anu and his other. These twin forces go by many names. Anu Padome, Anuel Sithis, Ak-El, Satak Ak-El, is not, Anuiel is the everlasting, insufferable light, and Sithis is the corruptible, inexpressible action. In the middle is the gray maybe, Nern in the Elnofex. Try to remain 5 years old in your mind. That's nice in some ways. In most cultures, Anuiel is honored for his part in the interplay that creates the world, but Sithis is held in the highest esteem because he's the one that causes the reaction. Sithis is thus the original creator, an entity who intrinsically causes change without design. Even the Hist acknowledge this being. Anuiel is also perceived of as order, opposed to the Sithis chaos. Perhaps it is easier for mortals to envision change than perfect stasis, for often Anuiel is relegated to the mythic background of Sithis. For often Anuiel is relegated to the mythic background of Sithis's fancies. In Yokudan folktales, which are among the most vivid in the world, Satak is only referred to a handful of times as the Hum. He is a force so prevalent as to be not really there at all. Sithis, right? Sometimes it feels like that. In any case, from these two beings spring the Et Ada, or original spirits. To humans, these Et Ada are the gods and demons. To the Aldmer, the Aedra Daedra, or the ancestors. All of the Tamrielic pantheons fill their rosters from these Et Ada, though divine membership often differs from culture to culture. Like Anu and Padome, though, every one of these pantheons contain the archetypes of the dragon god and the missing god. the Dragon God, and the Missing God. The Dragon God is always related to time and is universally revered as the first god. He is often called Akatosh, whose perch from eternity allowed the day. He is the central god of the Cyrodiilic Empire. The Missing God is always related to the mortal plane and is a key figure in the human Aldmeri schism. The missing refers to either his palpable absence from the pantheon, another mental distress that is interpreted in a variety of ways, or the removal of his divine spark by the other immortals. He is often called Lorcan, and his epitaphs are many, equally damnable and devout. Note that Tamriel and the mortal plane do not yet exist. The Grey maybe is still the playground of the original spirits. Some are more bound to Anu's light, others to the unknowable void. Their constant flux and interplay increase their number, and their personalities take long to congeal. When Akatosh forms, time begins, and it becomes easier for some spirits to realize themselves as beings with a past and a future. The strongest of the recognizable spirits crystallize: Mephala, Arke, Ifri, Magnus, Ruptga, etc., etc. Others remain as concepts, ideas, or emotions. One of the strongest of these, a barely formed urge that the others call Lorcan, details a plan to create Mundus, the mortal plane. Humans, with the exception of the Red Guards, see this act as a divine mercy, an enlightenment whereby lesser creatures can reach immortality. Aldmer, with the exception of the Dark Elves, see this act as a cruel deception, a trick that sundered their connection to the spirit plane. The Myth of Orbis. Subtitled, The Psijic Compensation, Mythic Mythic Orbis was an attempt by Artaeum apologists to explain the basics of Aldmeri religion to Uriel V in the early, glorious part of his reign. It quietly avoided any blame or bias against the Lorcan concept, which was still held in esteem by the Cyrodiils as Shazar, the missing sibling of the Divines. Despite this, the Psijics still give a nice summary of the Elder view, and it will serve our purposes here. This version comes from the archives of the Imperial Seminary from the handwritten notes of an unknown scribe. Mythic Orbis exists, and has existed from time without measure, as a fanciful, unnatural realm. Orbis is used to connote the imperceptible penumbra, the gray center between the is/is not of Anu and Padome. It contains the multitude realms of Aetherius and Oblivion, as well as other, less structured forms. The magical beings of Mythic Orbis live for a long time and have complex narrative lives, creating the patterns of myth. These are spirits made from bits of the immortal polarity. The first of these was Akatosh, the Time Dragon, whose formation made it easier for other spirits to structure themselves. Gods and demons form and reform and procreate. Finally, the magical beings of Mythic Orbis told the ultimate story, that of their own death. For some, this was an artistic transfiguration into the concrete, non-magical substance of the world. For others, this was a war in which all were slain, their bodies becoming the substance of the world. For yet others, this was a romantic marriage and parenthood, with the parent spirits naturally having to die and give way to the succeeding mortal races. The agent of this communal decision was Lorcan, whom most early myths vilify as a trickster or deceiver. More sympathetic versions of this story point out Lorcan as being the reason the mortal plane exists at all. The magical beings created the races of the mortal Orbis in their own image, either consciously as artists and craftsmen, or as the fecund, rotting matter out of which the mortals sprung forth, or in a variety of other analogical senses. The magical beings then, having died, became the Et-Ada. The Et-Ada are the things perceived and revered by the mortals as gods, spirits, or geniuses of Orbis. Through their deaths, these magical beings separated themselves in nature from the other magical beings of the unnatural realms. The Daedra were created at this time also, being spirits and gods more attuned to oblivion, or that realm more closer to the void of Padome. This act is the dawn of the mythic, Merithic era. It has been perceived by the earliest mortals in many different ways, either as a joyous second creation, or, especially by the elves, as a painful fracturing from the divine. The originator of the event is always Lorcan. Wait, are the mythic and Merithic eras the same? I've been so confused whenever it says ME. If they're the same, oh my goodness. Okay. Lorcan. This one does not know. Oh. I need some water, 1 sec. Okay. Lorcan. The creator, trickster, tester deity is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Aldmeri Lorcan, or Doomdrum. He convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, upsetting the status quo much like his father Padome had introduced instability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, Lorcan is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of the E'ada. Interpretations of these events differ widely by culture. Below are some of the better known. Hello, Toilet Frogman, welcome in! Yes, this is my first playthrough of Morrowind. Have you ever played it before? Oh, hey, I'm an orc. I didn't realize I became an orc a little while ago, I think. I think they just named Lorcan literally Lorcan. The Khan or lore. He's a lore? Or the Khan of lore, yeah. He didn't know orcs can read. Well, my little sister can read. I just try to puzzle through the books for her. Oh, I'm no longer an orc. I guess the timer ran out. My character is an orc, and she looks at all the books because her little sister is back home, and her little sister is very smart and wonderful, and you know, all the things that little sisters are. And so she's got to find good books, but it's very hard for my character because she has very low intelligence. Orc love. I'm glad so many people love orcs. Alright, I'm gonna keep reading. Yokuden, Satakal of the World Skin. Satak was first serpent, the snake who came before, and all the worlds to come rested in the glimmer. And all the worlds to come rested in the glimmer of its scales. But it was so big, there was nothing but, and thus it was coiled around and around itself, and the worlds to come slid across each other, but none had room to breathe, and so the worlds called to something to save them, to let them out. But of course there was nothing outside the first serpent, so aid had to come from inside it. This was a Kell, the hungry stomach. A Kell made itself known, and Satak could only think about what it was, and it was the best hunger. So it ate and ate. Soon there was enough room to live in the worlds, and things began. These things were new, and they often made mistakes, for there was hardly time to practice being things before. So most things ended quickly, or were not good, or gave up on themselves. Some things were about to start, but they were eaten up as Satak got to that part of its body. This was a violent time. This makes me think that Satak got the munchies. Pretty soon, a Kell caused Satak to bite its own heart, and that was the end. The hunger, though, refused to stop even in death, and so the first serpent shed its skin to begin anew. As the old world died, Satakal began, and when things realized this pattern, so did they realize what their part in it was. They began to take names, like Ruptka or Tuwaka, and they strode about looking for their kin. As Satakal ate itself over and over, the strongest spirits learned to bypass the cycle by moving at strange angles. They called this process the walkabout, a way of striding between the world skins. Ruptka was so big that he was able to place the stars in the sky so that weaker spirits might find their way easier. This practice became so easy for the spirits that it became a place called the Far Shores, a time of waiting until the next skin. Ruptka was able to sire many children through many cycles. Ruptka was Rupka was able to sire many children through the cycles, and so he became known as the Tall Papa. He continued to place stars to map out the void for others, but after so many cycles, there were almost too many spirits to help out. He made himself a helper from the detritus of past skins, and this was Sep, or Second Serpent. Sep had much of the hungry stomach still left in him, multiple hungers from multiple skins. He was so hungry he could not think straight. Sometimes he would just eat the spirits he was supposed to help, but Tall Papa would always reach in and take them back out. Finally, tired of helping Tall Papa, Sep went and gathered the rest of the old skins and balled them up, tricking spirits to help him, promising them this was how you reached the new world, by making one out of the old. These spirits loved this way of living, as it was easier, no more jumping from place to place. Many spirits joined in, believing this was good thinking. Tall Papa just shook his head. Pretty soon, the spirits on the skin ball started to die because they were very far from the real world of Satakal, and they found that it was too far to jump into the far shores now. The spirits that were left pleaded with Tall Papa to take them back, but Grim Ruptka would not, and he told the spirits that they must learn new ways to follow the stars to the far shores now. If they could not, then they must live on through their children, which was not the same as before. Sep, however, needed more punishment, and so Tall Papa squashed the snake with a big stick. The hunger fell out of Sep's dead mouth and was the only thing left of the Second Serpent. While the rest of the new world was allowed to strive back to godhood, Sep could only slink around in a dead skin or swim about in the sky, a hungry void that jealously tried to eat the stars. Catch up on chat real quick. Low intelligence in Morrowind is going to be interesting since magic is quite useful. Well, hopefully my axe will also be quite useful, Toilet Frogman. Oh, so that's why he's Papa. Shores, they made Red Guards a sailing culture. They did. They did make them a sailing culture. That's why he's Papa, you say? I don't even know who Tall Papa is. Axe smash. Yes, axes and hammers, but mostly axes. Because I've got 5 more points in axe at the moment, I think. Alright. This is a longer book than I was expecting. Cyrodiilic. Shazar's Song. This was a new thing that Shazar described to the gods, becoming mothers and fathers, being responsible, and making great sacrifices, with no guarantee of success. But Shazar spoke beautifully to them and moved them beyond mystery and tears. Thus, the Aedra gave free birth to the world, the beasts and the beings, making these things from parts of themselves. This free birth was very painful, and afterwards the Aedra were no longer young and strong and powerful as they had been from the beginning of days. Some Aedra were disappointed and bitter in their loss and angry with Shazar and with all creation, for they felt Shazar had lied and tricked them. These Aedra, the gods of the Aldmer, led by Auriel, were disgusted by their enfeebled selves and by what they had created. Everything is spoiled for now, and for all time, and the most we can do is teach the elven races to suffer nobly, with dignity, and chastise ourselves for our folly, and avenge ourselves upon Shazar and his allies. Thus are the gods of the elves dark and brooding, and thus are the elves ever dissatisfied with mortality, and always proud and stoic, despite the harshness of this cruel and indifferent world. Other Aedra looked upon creation, and they were well pleased. These Aedra, the gods of men and beast folk, led by Akatosh, praised and cherished their wards, the mortal races. We have suffered and are diminished for all time, but the mortal world we have made is glorious, filling our hearts and spirits with hope. Let us teach the mortal races to live well, to cherish beauty and honor, and to love one another as we love them. Thus are the gods of men tender and patient. And thus are men and beast folk great in heart for joy or suffering, and thus are men and beast folk great in heart for joy or suffering, and ambitious. Oh my goodness, I can't say that. How is this sentence meant to go? Thus are men and beast folk great in heart for joy or suffering, and ambitious for. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to know how to do the intonation. And thus are men and beast folk great in heart for joy or suffering, and ambitious for greater wisdom and a better world. Now, when the Daedra lords heard Shazar, they mocked him and the other Aedra. Cut parts of ourselves off and lose them forever? That's stupid. You'll be sorry. We are far smarter than you, for we will create a new world out of ourselves, but we will not cut it off or let it mock us. But we will make this world within ourselves, forever ours and under our complete control. So the Daedra lords created the Daedric realms, and all the ranks of lesser Daedra, great and small. And for the most part, the Daedra lords were well pleased with this arrangement, for they always had worshippers and servants and playthings close at hand. But at the same time, they looked with envy upon the mortal realms, for though mortals were foul and feeble and contemptible, their passions and ambitions were also far more surprising and entertaining than the antics of the lesser Daedra. Thus do the Daedra lords court and seduce certain amusing specimens of the mortal races, especially the passionate and powerful. It gives the Daedra lords special pleasure to steal away from Shazar and the Aedra the greatest and most ambitious mortals. Not only are you fools to mutilate yourselves, gloat the Daedra lords, but you cannot even keep the best pieces, which prefer the glory and power of the Daedra lords to the feeble vulgarity of the mush-minded Aedra. Altmeri, the heart of the world. Anu encompassed and encompasses all things, so that he might know himself he created Anuiel, his soul and the soul of all things. Anuiel, as all souls, was given to self-reflection, and for this he needed to differentiate between his forms, attributes, and intellects. Thus was born Sithis, who was the sum of all the limitations Anuiel would utilize to ponder himself. Anuiel, who was the soul of all things, therefore, became many things, and this interplay was, and is, the Orbis. At first, the Orbis was turbulent and confusing, as Anuiel's ruminations went on without design. Aspects of the Orbis then asked for a schedule to follow or procedures whereby they might enjoy themselves a little longer outside of perfect knowledge. So that he might know himself this way too, Anu created Auriel, the soul of his soul. Auriel bled through the Orbis as a new force, called time. With time, various aspects of the Orbis began to understand their natures and limitations. They took names like Magnus, or Mara, or Zen. One of these, Lorcan, was more of a limit than a nature, so he could never last long anywhere. As he entered every aspect of Anuiel, Lorcan would plant an idea that was almost wholly based on limitation. He outlined a plan to create a soul for the Orbis, a place where the aspects of aspects might even be allowed to self-reflect. He gained many followers. Even Auriel, when told he would become the king of the new world, agreed to help Lorcan. So they created the Mundus, where their own aspects might live, and became the Et Ada. But this was a trick. As Lorcan knew, this world contained more limitations than not, and was therefore hardly a thing of Anu at all. Mundus was the house of Sithis. As their aspects began to die off, many of the Et Ada vanished completely. Some escaped, like Magnus, and that is why there are no limitations to magic. Others, like Ifri, transformed themselves into the Elnophe, the earth bones, so that the whole world might not die. Some had to marry and make children just to last. Each generation was weaker than the last, and soon there were Aldmer. Darkness caved in. Lorcan made armies out of the weakest souls and named them men, and they brought Sithis into every quarter. Auriel pleaded with Anu to take them back, but he had already filled their places with something else. But his soul was gentler, and granted Auriel his bow and shield so that he might save the Aldmer from the hordes of men. Some had already fallen, like the Chimer, who listened to tainted Et Ada, and others, like the Bosmer, who had soiled Time's line by taking mannish wives. Auriel could not save Altmora, the Elder Wood, and it was lost to men. They were chased south and east to Old Elnophe, and Lorcan was close behind. He shattered that land into many. Finally, Trinimac, Auriel's greatest knight, knocked Lorcan down in front of his army and reached in with more than hands to take his heart. He was undone. The men dragged Lorcan's body away and swore blood vengeance on the heirs of Auriel for all time. But when Trinimac and Oriel tried to destroy the heart of Lorcan, it laughed at them. It said, "This heart is the heart of the world, for one was made to satisfy the other." So Oriel fastened the thing to an arrow and let it fly long into the sea where no aspect of the new world may ever find it. I enjoyed that one. It was called the Monomyth. Yeah? The Monomyth. What became of the Chimer is interesting. It is. I learned so much stuff reading these books. So I've got one more, Varieties of Faith. I'm willing to bet this one is significantly shorter. No, no. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys, this is like the real Baronziah stuff. All right. So this is probably going to be the rest of the stream. Because I wasn't planning on streaming for very long today. I was going to have a short stream because my elbow and my wrist are bugging me. I was on the computer a lot yesterday editing videos. So this might be the last thing I do in this stream is read this 48-page book. Oh my goodness. I was like, this one will probably be like 6 pages or something because the other one was quite long. This one's twice as long, if not more. Okay. So if we're ready. Varieties of Faith in the Empire by Brother Mikhail Korkukser of the Imperial... No. By Brother Mikhail Karkukser of the Imperial College. This is my best attempt at a listing of the pantheons and associated divine spirits of Tamriel's dominant cultures. This list is by no means complete. The imperial city of Cyrodiil alone boasts a vast host of saints and holy spirits. It only includes the most important spirits revered by native members of the culture. Other et Ada, especially Daedra, are often familiar and known to many cultures, though specific names are included here only when they possess a particular cultural significance. The omission of any reference to the worships of Argonians of Blackmarsh is a result of my complete inadequacy in reconciling the obscure and contradictory accounts available to me on that subject. The 8 Pantheons. Cyrodiil. Akatosh, Dibella, Arkay, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kynareth, Julianos, Shazar, Tiber Septim, Morihaus, Remen. Skyrim. Alduin, Dibella, Orki, Tsun, Mara, Stun, Kine, Junal, Shor, Izmir, Hermamora, Malok. Altmer. Oriel, Trinimac, Magnus, Cirabane, Ifri, Xarxes, Mara, Stendar, Lorcan, Finaster. Bosmer. Oriel, Ifri, Arkay, Zen, Xarxes, Bondar, Mara, Stendar, Lorcan, Hermamora, Joan, Jode. Dunmer. Almalexia, Vivek, Sothasil, Boethia, Mephala, Azura, Lorcan, Nerevar, Molagbal, Malakath, Sheagorath, Merunstegan. Yokuda. Sadakal, Ruptka, Tuwaka, Zet, Morwa, Tava, Malok, Diagna, Sep, Honding, Leki, Onsi. Brittany. Akatosh, Magnus, Ifre, Dibella, Arkay, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kynareth, Julianos, Sheor, Finaster. Elsewhere. Alkosh, Kenarthi, Riddlethar, Jakajay, Mara, Srendar, Lorkaj, Rajin, Bondar, Azura, Shegareth. I love the mispronunciations. I just try my best, man. If I haven't heard someone say it, in fact, sometimes even if I have, I just try my best. Notes on the divine spirits of the pantheons. Akatosh, dragon god of time. Akatosh is the chief deity of the Nine Divines, the major religious cult of Cyrodiil and its provinces, and one of the two deities found in every Tamrielic religion. The other is Lorcan. He is generally considered to be the first of the gods to form in the beginning place. After his establishment, other spirits found the process of being easier, and the various pantheons of the world emerged. He is the ultimate god of the Cyrodiilic Empire, where he embodies the qualities of endurance, invincibility, and everlasting legitimacy. Alduin, World Eater. Alduin is the Nordic variation of Akatosh, and only superficially resembles his counterpart in the Nine Divines. For example, Alduin's sobriquet, the World Eater, comes from myths that depict him as the horrible, ravaging firestorm that destroyed the last world to begin this one. Nords therefore see the god of time as both creator and harbinger of the apocalypse. He is not the chief of the Nordic pantheon. In fact, that pantheon has no chief. See Shore below. But its He is not the chief of the Nordic pantheon, but its wellspring, albeit a grim and frightening one. Alkosh, Dragon King of Cats. Pre-Redata dynasty. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Pre-Redata. I can say that. Pre-Redata dynasty Anaquinine deity. A variation on the Altmeri Oriel, and thus an Akatosh as culture hero for the earliest Khajiit. His worship was co-opted during the establishment of the Riddle Thar, and he still enjoys immense popularity in Elswere's wasteland religions. He still enjoys immense popularity in Elswere's wasteland regions. He is depicted as a fearsome dragon, a creature the Khajiit say is just a real big cat. He repelled an early Aldmeri pogrom of Pelennor Whitestrake during mythic times. Dragons are just big cats. Even the cats say so. Just pointing that out. I'm gonna drink a little more water. Alright. Almalexia, Mother Morrowind. Most traces of Akatosh disappeared from ancient Chimera legends during their so-called exodus, primarily due to that god's association and esteem with the Altmeri. However, most aspects of Akatosh, which seem so important to the mortal races, namely immortality, historicity, and genealogy, have conveniently resurfaced in Almalexia, the most popular of Morrowind's divine tribunal. Imperial dragons in your own homeland? What are you going to do, Khajiit? This one does not know. We'll make it a god. They're just big cats. Arche, god of the cycle of life and death. Member of the Nine Divines pantheon, and popular elsewhere as well, Arche is often more important in those cultures where his father, Akatosh, is either less related to time or where his time aspects are difficult to comprehend by the layman. He is the god of burials and funeral rites and is sometimes associated with deceased. His priests are staunch opponents of necromancy and all forms of the undead. It is said that Arche did not exist before the world was created by the gods under Lorcan's supervision / urging / trickery. Therefore, he is sometimes called the Mortal's God. You love cats. Every kind of cat? Even dragons? I also love cats. They're great. Oriel, King of the Aldmer. The elven Akatosh is Oriel. Oriel is the soul of Anuiel, who, in turn, is the soul of Anu, the Everything. He is the chief of most Aldmeri pantheons. Most Altmeri and Bosmeri claim direct descent from Oriel. In his only known moment of weakness, he agreed to take his part in the creation of the mortal plane, that act which forever sundered the elves from the spirit worlds of eternity. To make up for it, Auriel led the original Aldmer against the armies of Lorcan in mythic times, vanquishing that tyrant and establishing the first kingdoms of the Altmer, Altmora and Old Elnofe. He then ascended to heaven in full observance of his followers so that they might learn the steps needed to escape the mortal plane. Azura, goddess of dusk and dawn. Azura was the god ancestor who taught the Chimer the mysteries needed to be different than the Altmer. Some of her more conventional teachings are sometimes attributed to Boethiah. In the stories, Azura is often more a communal cosmic force for her race as a whole than an ancestor or a god. Also known as the Anticipation of Sotha-Sil. In Elsewhere, Azura is nearly a wholly separate entity, yet she is still tied to the origins of Khajiit out of Altmeri stock. You never saw that video. I must not have seen if you're referring to a video. I don't think I did. Bondar, the bandit god. I've seen that one. In most regions, Bondar is a marginal deity, a trickster spirit of thieves and beggars. In Elsewhere, he is more important and is regarded as the pariah. In this aspect, Bondar becomes the cleverness or desperate genius of the long-suffering Khajiit, whose last-minute plans always upset the machinations of their elven or human enemies. Boethiah, Prince of Plots. Heralded by the prophet Veloth, Boethiah is the original god ancestor of the Dark Elves. Through his illuminations, the eventual Chimer, or Changed Folk, renounced all ties to the Aldmer and founded a new nation based on Daedric principles. All manner of dark elven cultural advances are attributed to Boethiah, from philosophy to magic to responsible architecture. Ancient Velothi allegories are uniformly heroic successes of Boethiah over enemies of every type, foundation stories of Chimeri struggle. Also known as the Anticipation of Almalexia. Not gonna lie, I have a running theory that Adoring Fan is actually the hairless breed of Khajiit rather than a Bosmer. You gonna elaborate on that, Pem the Gremlin? I'm curious about this and what evidence you have for it. Diagna, Orichalk god of the Sideways Blade. Hoary thuggish cult of the Red Guards. Originated in Yokuda during the 27 snake folk slaughter. Diagna was an avatar of the Hon Ding, the Yokudan god of Make Way, see below, that achieved permanence. He was instrumental to the defeat of the left-handed elves as he brought Orichalk weapons to the Yokudan people to win the fight. In Tamriel, he led a very tight-knit group of followers against the orcs of Orsinium during the height of their ancient power, but then faded into obscurity. He is now little more than a local power spirit of the Dragontail Mountains. Khajiit have different looks depending on phases of the moon, yep. Bosmer aren't really known to worship Azura, but it makes a lot of sense that a Khajiit would. I've just got the other Azura, yeah. In Elder Scrolls Arena, Khajiit were actually hairless and said to look like Bosmer. Yeah, I know in Daggerfall, like I had to add a mod just to give the Khajiit little cat ears. It wasn't until Morrowind that they actually looked like cats and weren't just said to be descended. Even though, the books seem to depict them as cat people. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. Maybe they're just a different race. Or different, the moon thing. Depending on when they are born, Khajiits can be slightly hairy humans to actual cats. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Toilet Frog Man. The moon thing. You know what I'm thinking before I've even said it. I like that idea. I wonder where I left him. I must have told my Adoring Fan to wait for me somewhere in Oblivion, because he hasn't followed me in a long time. And I don't know where he is. How many Elder Scrolls games did I play? This is my third one. So I played Skyrim all the way back when it came out. And I've probably played it a couple times over the years, but back then. When it came out. I played it on PS3, I think is what it came out on. And then I just recently played Oblivion. I'm still trying to find all of the rest of the books in Oblivion. But I've kind of finished up my storyline. And now I'm on Morrowind. And next I'm gonna do Daggerfall, so I'm kind of going backwards in time through the games. I haven't totally decided if I'll do Arena or not. Probably. We'll see. And of course people want me to play Skyrim, so I'll have to install some mods and play it a bit modded. So I don't think there was even a survival mode when it first came out. I think that was added later. So I've never played in survival mode because I don't think it even existed when I played. I've seen people play now and I've seen them choose survival mode and I have no memory of that being a thing when I played. So I'm gonna try that. And some mods that let me start out, that like give you a different start. So you can choose to go activate the dragon attack later, but live your life before that. Anyway, that was far more answering far more than what you actually asked, Toilet Frog Man. I've played 3 Elder Scrolls games, including this one. Alright, I should read though, because there's 48 pages in this book. Dibella, that was where I was at, right? I was at Dibella, yeah. Dibella, goddess of beauty. Popular god of the nine divines. In Cyrodiil, she has nearly a dozen different cults, some devoted to women, some to artists and aesthetics, and others to erotic instruction. Hermamora, the woodland man. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Oblivion's a bit weird. 100% Skyrim, just recently played Morrowind for the first time. Played Oblivion halfway. Oblivion's weird. It is weird. Oblivion is weird, but I love it, man. I've really enjoyed that game. I read about Diagna, didn't I? You're right. I didn't read it all, did I? No, yeah, because I read Hounding. I did. I read about Diagna. He is now little more than a local power spirit of the Dragon Tail Mountains. I remember reading that. But thank you for checking, Pem. I don't want to skip anything, because I edit them together and put these on YouTube, and people like to watch them, I think, to fall asleep. So if I, like, just miss a big chunk, that wouldn't be great. And I'd have to re-record it, and it'd be a pain in my butt. Alright. Hermamora, the Woodland Man. Ancient Atmoran demon who, at one time, nearly seduced the Nords into becoming Aldmer. Most Ysgramor myths are about escaping the wiles of old Hermamora. Also called the Demon of Knowledge, he is vaguely related to the cult origins of the Morag Tong, Foresters Guild, if only by association with his brother/sister Mephala. Hounding, the Make-Way God. Yokudan's spirit of perseverance over infidels, the Hounding has historically materialized whenever the Red Guards need to make way for their people. In Tamrielic history, this has only happened 3 times. Twice in the First Era during the Ragada invasion, and once during the Tiber War. In this last incarnation, the Hounding was said to have been either a sword or a crown, or both. Oh, that's what happened in Redguard, isn't it, the game? Is it? I know very little about the game, but I know that someone's soul that goes into a sword. Anyway. Junel, Rune God. The Nordic god of hermetic orders. After falling out of favor with the rest of that pantheon, he became Julianos of the Nine Divines. He is absent in modern Skyrim mythology. Jode, Big Moon God. Aldmeri god of the Big Moon, also called Masser or Mara's Tear. In Khajiit religion, Jode is only one aspect of the lunar lattice, or Jakaje. Joan, Little Moon God. Aldmeri god of the Little Moon, also called Secunda, or Stendar's Sorrow. In Khajiit religion, Joan is only one aspect of the lunar lattice, or Jakaje. Julianos, god of wisdom and logic. Often associated with Junel, the Nordic father of language and mathematics, Julianos is the Cyrodiilic god of literature, law, history, and contradiction. Monastic orders founded by Tiber Septim and dedicated to Julianos are the keepers of the Elder Scrolls. Kine, Kiss at the End. Nordic goddess of the storm, widow of Shor and favored god of warriors. She is often called the Mother of Men. Her daughters taught the first Nords the use of the Thu'um, or storm voice. Kynareth, goddess of air. Kynareth is a member of the 9 divines, the strongest of the sky spirits. In some legends, she is the first to agree to Lorkhan's plan to invent the mortal plane, and she provides the space for its creation in the void. She is also associated with rain, a phenomenon said not to occur before the removal of Lorkhan's divine spark. Leki, saint of the spirit sword. Goddess daughter of Tall Papa, Leki is the goddess of aberrant swordsmanship. The Na-Totambu of Yokuda warred to a standstill during the Mythic era to decide who would lead the charge against the left-handed elves. Their swordmasters, though, were so skilled in the best-known cuts as to be matched evenly. Leki introduced the ephemeral feint. Afterwards, a victor emerged, and the war with the Aldmer began. Lorkhan, the missing god. This creator, trickster, tester deity is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Aldmeri Lorkhan, or Doomdrum. He convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, upsetting the status quo, much like his father Padome had introduced instability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, Lorkhan is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of the Et Ada. He and his metaphysical placement in the scheme of things is interpreted a variety of ways. In Morrowind, for example, he is a being related to the Psijic endeavor, a process by which mortals are charged with transcending the gods that created them. To the High Elves, he is the most unholy of all higher powers, as he forever broke their connection to the spirit plane. In the legends, he is almost always an enemy of the Aldmer, and therefore a hero of early mankind. Lorkaj, Moon Beast. Pre-Redata Dynasty Anaquinine deity, easily identified with the missing god Lorkhan. Magnus, Magus. The god of sorcery, Magnus withdrew from the creation of the world at the last second, though it cost him dearly. What it left of him in the world is felt and controlled by mortals as magic. One story says that, while the idea was thought up by Lorkhan, it was Magnus who created the schematics and diagrams needed to construct the mortal plane. He is sometimes represented by an astrolabe, a telescope, or, more commonly, a staff. Cyrodiilic legends say he can inhabit the bodies of powerful magicians and lend them his power. Associated with Zurin Arctus, the Underking. Malakath, god of curses. Malakath is the reanimated dung that was Trinimac. A somewhat weak but vengeful Daedra, the Dark Elves say he is also Malak, the god-king of the orcs. He always tests the Dunmer for physical weakness. Malok, Horde King, an enemy god of the Ragada, led the goblins against the Redguards during the First Era, fled east when the army of the Hounding overtook the goblin hordes. Mauloch, Malakath, an orcish god, Mauloch troubled the heirs of King Harold for a long time, fled east after his defeat at the Battle of Dragon Wall circa First Era 660. His rage was said to fill the sky with his sulphurous hatred, later called the Year of Winter in Summer. In the Elder Scrolls, the stars are holes in the mortal plane and magic seeps through them, and the sun is the hole left after Magnus left. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. So, like, their planets and stuff don't even work the same. Interesting. Okay. Mara, goddess of love. Nearly universal goddess. Origins started in mythic times as a fertility goddess. In Skyrim, Mara is a handmaiden of Kine. In the Empire, she is mother goddess. She is sometimes associated with Nyr of the Anuad, the female principle of the cosmos that gave birth to creation. Depending on the religion, she is either married to Akatosh or Lorkhan, or the concubine of both. Mehrunes Dagon, god of destruction. Popular Daedric power, he is associated with natural dangers like fire, earthquakes, and floods. In some cultures, though, Dagon is merely a god of bloodshed and betrayal. He is an especially important deity in Morrowind, where he represents its near inhospitable terrain. Mephala, androgyne. Mephala is the web spinner, or the or the spider god. In Morrowind, he/she was the ancestor that taught the Chimer the skills they would need to evade their enemies or to kill them with secret murder. Enemies were numerous in those days since the Chimer were a small faction. He/she, along with Boethia, organized the clan systems that eventually became the basis for the Great Houses. He/she founded the Morag Tong, also called the Anticipation of Vivek. Molag Bal, god of schemes, king of rape. Daedric power of much importance in Morrowind. There, he is always the arch-enemy of Boethia, the Prince of Plots. He is the main source of the obstacles to the Dunmer and preceding Chimer people. In the legends, Molag Bal always tries to upset the bloodlines of houses or otherwise ruin Dunmeri purity. A race of supermonsters, said to live in Molag Amur, are the result of his seduction of Vivek during the previous era. Mephala, murder secrets, and what they don't mention is sex. Yes, murder secrets and sex. That has been mentioned in another book. So whoever wrote this book might shy away from it, but the game as a whole does not. Mori House, first breath of man. Ancient cultural hero god of the Syro-Nordics. Legends portray him as the taker of the citadel, an act of mythic times that established human control over the valley heartland. He is often associated with the Nordic powers of Thu'um and therefore with Kine. Morhwa, Teat god. Yokuden fertility goddess, fundamental deity in the Yokuden pantheon and the favorite of Tall Papa's wives. Still worshipped in various areas of Hammerfell, including Strosm Kai. Morhwa is always portrayed as four-armed so that she can grab more husbands. Do you need something? One moment. Sorry about that. My mom needed something. Grab more husbands. Right? Hello, hippie bloke. How are you? I'm happy you're here. I've got 20 pages left in this book. You see what page it's on? I think this might be the longest book I've come across so far. No. There was a 60. One of the Real Baron Zaya ones was 60 some odd pages. Life's been crazy, but you're okay? Kind of the same. Life's been crazy, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad you're here. One more second. Oh, hey, I'm an orc. Sorry about that little thing when Mom came back in. Amazing redeem. I've outdone myself. Thanks. I will pass the compliment along to Moon, who, of course, did the edit to turn me into the orc. Thank you. So, have you not seen any of my Morrowind play yet? Have you not? Anyway, I'm playing as an orc. Hence the orc. Haha. But I should get back to reading, because I've got 20 more pages here. Grab more husbands. Nerevar, God Killer. The Chimeri king of Resdain in the golden age of Old Veloth. Slain during the Battle of Red Mountain, Nerevar was the herald of the Triune Way, and is the foremost of the saints of the Dunmeri faith. He is said to have killed Dumak, the last dwarven king, and feasted on his heart. Onsi, Bone Shaver. Notable warrior god of the Yokuden Ragada, Onsi taught mankind how to pull their knives into swords. Orki, Old Knocker. A lone god of the Nords who seemed to have taken up his worship during Aldmeri rule of Atmora. Nords believed they once lived as long as elves until Orki appeared. Through heathen trickery, he fooled them into a bargain that bound them to the Count of Winters. At one time, legends say Nords only had a lifespan of 6 years due to Orki's foul magic. Shor showed up, though, and, through unknown means, removed the curse, throwing most of it onto the nearby orcs. Well, that wasn't very nice of Shor, was it? Finaster, hero god of the Somerset Isles, who taught the Altmer how to naturally live another 100 years by using a shorter walking stride. Rajin, Footpad, thief god of the Khajiit, who grew up in the Black Kyrgo section of Senshal. The most famous burglar in Elsewhere's history, Rajin is said to have stolen a tattoo from the neck of Empress Kintira as she slept. Raymond, the Cyrodiil, Culture god hero of the Second Empire. Raymond was the greatest hero of the Finaster's symbol is a boot. I'm not on Finaster yet. Or did I go past him? Now I have to look. Oh, I'm hitting next. I'm not hitting previous. I was like, why do I not recognize these? Finaster. His symbol is a boot because he taught him to walk with a shorter stride. That's great. That's great. Okay. Raymond, the Cyrodiil. Culture god hero of the Second Empire, Raymond was the greatest hero of the Akaviri Trouble. Indeed, he convinced the invaders to help him build his own empire and conquered all of Tamriel except for Morrowind. He instituted the rites of becoming emperor, which included the ritual Geas to the Amulet of Kings, a soul gem of immense power. His dynasty was ended by the Dunmeri Morag Tong at the end of the First Era, also called the Worldly God. Riddle Thar, Two Moons Dance. The cosmic order deity of the Khajiit, the Riddle Thar was revealed to elsewhere by the prophet Rid-Thar-Ri Data, the Main. Riddle Thar is more a set of guidelines by which to live than a single entity, but some of his avatars like to appear as humble messengers of the gods, also known as the Sugar God. Rupta. Ruptka, Tall Papa. Chief deity of the Yokudan pantheon, Ruptka, more commonly Tall Papa, was the first god to figure out how to survive the hunger of Satakal. Following his lead, the other gods learned the walkabout, or a process by which they can persist beyond one lifetime. Tall Papa set the stars in the sky to show lesser spirits how to do this too. When there were too many spirits to keep track of, though, Ruptka created a helper out of the dead skin of past worlds. This helper is Sep, see below, who later creates the world of mortals. Satakal, the world skin. Yokudan god of everything. A fusion of the concepts of Anu and Padome. Basically, Satakal is much like the Nordic Alduin, who destroyed one world to begin the next. In Yokudan mythology, Satakal had done, and still does, this many times over, a cycle which prompted the birth of spirits that could survive the transition. These spirits ultimately become the Yokudan pantheon, popular god of the Alakir nomads. Sheogorath, the Mad God. The fearful obeisance of Sheogorath is widespread and is found in most Tamrielic quarters. Contemporary sources indicate that his roots are in Aldmeri creation stories. Therein he is born when Lorkhan's divine spark is removed. One crucial myth calls him the Sithith-shaped whole of the world. Sheogorath is your fave. Sheogorath is everyone's fave. I mean, I'm Sheogorath now. Well, my other character is, right? Sheor, bad man. In Brittany, the bad man is the source of all strife. He seems to have started as the god of crop failure, but most modern theologians agree that he is a demonized version of the Nordic Shor, born during the dark years after the fall of Sarthal. Sep, the snake. Yokudan version of Lorkhan. Sep is born when Tall Papa creates someone to help him regulate the spirit trade. Sep, though, is driven crazy by the hunger of Satakal, and he convinces some of the gods to help him make an easier alternative to the walkabout. This, of course, is the world as we know it, and the spirits who followed Sep become trapped here to live out their lives as mortals. Sep is punished by Tall Papa for his transgressions, but his hunger lives on as a void in the stars, a non-space that tries to upset mortal entry into the far shores. Old Uncle Sheo. Shazar, god of man. Cyrodiilic version of Lorkhan, whose importance suffers when Akatosh comes to the fore of imperial, really Elysian, religion. Shazar was the spirit behind all human undertaking, especially against Aldmeri aggression. He is sometimes associated with the founding of the first Cyrodiilic battle mages. In the present age of racial tolerance, Shazar is all but forgotten. Shor, god of the underworld. Nordic version of Lorkhan, who takes sides with men after the creation of the world. Foreign gods, i.e., elven ones, conspire against him and bring about his defeat, dooming him to the underworld. Atmoran myths depict him as a bloodthirsty warrior king who leads the Nords to victory over their Aldmeri oppressors time and again. Before his doom, Shor was the chief of the gods, sometimes also called children's god. See Orki above. Sothasil, mystery of Morrowind. God of the Dunmer, Sothasil is the least known of the divine. Sothasil is the least known of the divine tribunal. He is said to be reshaping the world from his hidden clockwork city. Stendar, god of mercy. God of the Nine Divines, Stendar has evolved from his Nordic origins into a deity of compassion or, sometimes, righteous rule. He is said to have accompanied Tiber Septim in his later years. In early Altmeri legends, Stendar is the apologist of men. Stun, god of ransom. A Nordic precursor to Stendar, brother of Tsun. Shield Thane of Shor, Stun was a warrior god that fought against the Aldmeri pantheon. He showed men how to take, and the benefits of taking, prisoners in war. Sirabane, warlock's god. An Aldmeri god ancestor of magic, Sirabane aided Bendu Olo in the fall of the Slode. Through judicious use of his magical ring, Sirabane saved many from the scourge of the Thracian plague. He is also called the apprentice's god, for he is a favorite of the younger members of the Mages Guild. Tava, bird god. Yokudan's spirit of the air. Tava is most famous for leading the Yokudans to the Isle. Tava is most famous for leading the Yokudans to the Isle of Hern after the destruction of their homeland. She has since become assimilated into the mythology of Kinnereth. She is still very popular in Hammerfell among sailors, and her shrines can be found in most port cities. Tava has a funny worship dance. Oh, I hope I get to see it. Tiber Septim, Talos, the Dragonborn. Heir to the seat of Sundered Kings, Tiber Septim is the most important hero god of mankind. He conquered all of Tamriel and ushered in the Third Era and the Third Empire. Also called Ysmir, Dragon of the North. Toilet Frog Man is a W username. It really is. Trinimac, strong god of the early Aldmer, in some places more popular than Auriel. He was a warrior spirit of the original elven tribes that led armies against the men. Boethia is said to have assumed his shape. In some stories he even eats Trinimac, so that he could convince a throng of Aldmer to listen to him, which led to their eventual Chimeri conversion. He vanishes from the mythic stage after this, to return as the dread Malakath. Altmeri propaganda portrays this as the dangers of Dunmeri influence. Oh, I'm a possum! Thank you for the redeem, hippie bloke! You have an ongoing feud with the default PNG? I didn't know you had a feud with it. Toilet Man was taken, so I added frogs because everyone likes them. Great choice. We all love frogs. You were not wrong. Soon. Extinct Nordic god of trials against adversity. Died defending Shor from foreign gods. Tuhuaca. Tricky god. Yokudan god of souls. Tuhuaca, before the creation of the world, was the god of nobody really cares. When Tall Papa undertook the creation of the walkabout, Tuhuaca found a purpose. He became the caretaker of the far shores, and continues to help Red Guards find their way into the afterlife. His cult is sometimes associated with RK in the more cosmopolitan regions of Hammerfell. Vivek, master of Morrowind. Warrior poet god of the Dunmer, Vivek is the invisible keeper of the Holy Land. Ever vigilant against the dark gods of the volcano, he has saved the Dunmeri people from certain death on numerous occasions, most notably when he taught them how to breathe water for a day so that he could flood Morrowind and kill the Akaviri invaders circa Second Era 572. Azu! Welcome in, Azu! I'm glad you're here. Heavy Block, I'm afraid to ask about the origins of Toilet Man. True. True, we did just skip over the origins of the Toilet Man part of Toilet Frogman's name. Went right to explaining the frog. But Hippie Bloke, there's already another Toilet Man. Toilet Man was taken. Why is multiple people wanting to be Toilet Man? These are important questions. Welcome in, Azu. I am getting close to done with this book. It has like 48 pages long. It's a very long book. And it's just listing gods. That's all it's doing. I think it was actually Toilet Frog originally, and then I added man. I'm not sure. Oh no! I have been good, Azu. How are you? Toilet Frog is self-explanatory. Sure it is. Yeah. It's an in-demand username, Toilet Man. Toilet Frog. Azu, this is the conversation you came in on. It's reading, but also Toilet Frogman's username is cool. You're good. Chilling, editing, I'm watching. Nice. What is the context here? Who's Toilet Man? Toilet Frogman in chat right here. I don't know who Toilet Man is. Just without the frog? We all are on this blessed day. You know what? Another damn peasant. I think you're right. I think you're right. We are. We're all Toilet Man. Although I'm Toilet Possum. I'm a Toilet Possum. Oh, we got Cheddar. We got Why is this not working? I need to look up what it is that is making the visit from Cheddar not visit like she should. I'll get her up. Just a sec. What the heck? Alright, I really gotta look into that. Because it's been a couple times that it's not worked the way it should. Bam. Here's a Cheddar picture. You don't see it yet. You will. Just a sec. Bam. Cheddar picture. Okay. Now let me make it bigger. Because that's way too small. I had the picture made small last time. This is Cheddar. Oh, and she's on top of Sassy. Oh, I know why Cheddar didn't show up. Because I'm in reading mode. So this is Cheddar when she was a little kitten, and this is Sassy, who was a long-suffering older cat that we got about the same time, who kind of taught Cheddar how to be a cat. But she would just lay there while this little kitten basically was like put-up, biting her, playing on her, and this poor long-suffering older cat would just lay there like, okay, cat, go ahead, kitten, go ahead, kid. Now that I am thinking it could have been any combination of words like frogman or toilet man, but I do remember that it was taken, and then I added the first word that made sense. It's alright, toilet frogman. We love your name, how it turned out. You like the story, Ozzy? Oh, look at her, she's so young, and her ears are so big. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna make her a little smaller. And the reason she didn't appear is because I'm in reading mode. That's why she didn't show up. But let me just make her small enough where she's not blocking the text. There we go. I can make her a little bigger when I get out of reading mode. But I think, honestly, at the end of this, I'm gonna cut the stream. I'm doing a shorter stream today for my wrist and elbow health. Oh, I'm an orc! I'm an orc now too! Yay! Thank you for the redeem, Pamela Gremlin. Now I kind of look like a gremlin, except I'm an orc. Oh, they're fine. My wrist and shoulder are okay. I was on the computer a lot yesterday, editing videos. And I did too much yesterday, so I need to rest. Is all. Just need to rest it up. I should finish this book. I was on Xerxes. Xerxes. Xerxes is the god of ancestry and secret knowledge. He began as a scribe to Oriel and has kept track of all Aldmeri accomplishments, large and small, since the beginning of time. He created his wife, Ogma, from his favorite moments in history. Ifre, god of the forest, the most important deity of the Bosmeri pantheon. While Oriel, Time Dragon, might be the king of the gods, the Bosmer revere Ifre as the spirit of the now. According to the Wood Elves, after the creation of the mortal plane, everything was in chaos. The first mortals were turning into plants and animals and back again. Then Ifre transformed himself into the first of the Elnofe, or earth bones. After these laws of nature were established, mortals had a semblance of safety in the new world because they could finally understand it. Ifre is sometimes called the storyteller for the lessons he taught the first Bosmer. Some Bosmer still possess the knowledge of the chaos times, which they can use to great effect. The Wild Hunt. Ysmir, Dragon of the North. The Nordic aspect of Talos. He withstood the power of the Greybeard's voices long enough to hear their prophecy. Later, many Nords could not look at him without seeing a dragon. Zen, god of toil. Bosmeri god of payment in kind. Studies indicate origins in both Argonian and Akaviri mythologies, perhaps introduced into Valenwood by Kothringi sailors. Ostensibly an agriculture deity, Zen sometimes proves to be an entity of much higher cosmic order. His worship died out shortly after the Knahaten flu. His worship died out shortly after the Knahaten flu. Zet, god of farms. Yokuden, god of agriculture. Renounced his father after the world was created, which is why Tall Papa makes it so hard to grow food. Zenithar, god of work and commerce, trader god. Member of the Nine Divines, Zenithar is understandably associated with Zen. In the Empire, however, he is a far more cultivated god of merchants and middle nobility. His worshippers say, despite his mysterious origins, Zenithar is the god that will always win. There we go. What was this one called again? Varieties of Faith? I don't think that was the whole title. Varieties of Faith in the Empire. Faith in the Empire. That took almost an hour. Wow. Almost an hour. That was a long book though. Nice. So, well, I've done one thing today, but not much.
What's this about?
But I think I'm gonna save here. And I'm still looking for someone. It was so interesting, it didn't feel that long. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Some of the books I get done and I'm like, wow, that felt way longer. But most of the time, it doesn't feel nearly as long. It doesn't feel as long as it was. But most books aren't nearly that long. Most books aren't nearly that long. I think I've read one book probably longer than that. Very schizo writing. I mean, it was just a listing of the gods and what they think about them, right? So I'm still looking for, I like the fact that when I save, I can give my saves names. So I can say like what it is that I plan to do. Oh, I spoke with Asian Rain, didn't I? Let me just, before I do this, let me check my journal. I spoke with Asian Rain. Right. She does the teleport thingy. Can teleport to old Mournhold. Okay. Making sure I know what I want to do next time. So I need to deliver the letter. That's what I want to do next time, first thing. The book before also? Yeah. The book before was the Monomyth. That one was honest, I liked it. I liked it a lot. But yeah, like the Order of Sijix. I think it's supposed to be Sijix or something. It was weird. Yeah. I enjoyed it though. I did enjoy the books. So, I was going to save and write down something descriptive about what I'm going to do to remind myself. That was the point. That's what I'm trying to do. Remind myself when I load up the game on Thursday. So, I'm looking for Brebane Aryan. Okay. That's what I'm doing. And today is a short stream day for my joint health. So I'll say great big thank yous now to everyone who popped in today. Hey! Thank you for the redeem, Alone in Dystopia, and thank you for waiting till after I saved. That was great. That was great. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm not gonna raid anybody today. I really need to spend some time and find people who are good to raid after Morrowind plays. But I'm gonna take tomorrow off and continue to rest my wrist and my elbow. So I will be streaming again on Thursday, 8 a.m. Normal length stream, all that stuff. I hope to see you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And once again, big thank yous to everyone who came by. Another Damn Peasant, Azu, Pamela Gremlin, Alone in Dystopia, Toilet Frog Man, of course. Hippie Bloke. Who else was here? I think Kitty was here. And Nader Tater, Kitty Fly and Nader Tater were also both here. And Pyrus the Burned. And Capson was here as well. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. It's not a safe redeem to have. Hey, I put that redeem up knowing what it did. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.